Alright, in today's video we are fitting a quick step floor. This is the underlay. It has got a foil base and it's got a sticky strip there. You pull that tape off and then it has this overlap. But yeah, foil overlap. So when you lay this down, like you've seen in the video here, we put it down, which way now? This way. Then the sticky tape will be exposed on this side. Then when you put the next line on, this will stick to the sticky tape and bind it all together, as you see on the floor there. Alright, now the floor we're fitting is made by Quick Step, and it's a cracked oak natural color. You can see there, the number on it is a bit unclear, but it is SIG 4767. That's the code for it, for the people that are interested. We're going to go ahead now and lay the boards themselves. Let me grab the board here so I can show you. I must say it looks pretty real for fake wood, but it looks beautiful. It's got nice little cracks. You can feel the grooves in them. They look very realistic and they're quite tough and durable. We use them all the time. So they clip into each other. They've got a clip-in system. We will lay them down that way. We'll cut this end off to be flush on the door sill there, and the next one clip into each other, and we'll just stagger them as we go along. I'll do a time lapse of that and you can see how they go down. Let's go. Alright, now for the last bit, we need to measure it. It's about 280 millimeters, or for Americans, it's 11 inches. We're going to mark it there. Now for 280 is there. Slice some bread. And there you go. Just like that. Label. Oh, right here. Keep that in place. And here we go. So I'm going to cut this bit off now because we don't want that lip on there when we get to the dorsal there. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, Giovanni, my right-hand man here, is going to start fitting the floorboards. This is what I was talking about when I said about the door. So we cut it off, so we have a nice flush line here that's going to go all the way along this edge to finish it off nicely. And then we'll put a small bead of mastic there to seal it in when we're finished. So he's going to clip them all together now, forming the first line all the way to the end. And then we'll come back and cut this end again for the door to do the rest. Alright, we have the first line down, and now when we get to the end, obviously this needs a cut. So if you look at it there, you don't want it hard on the wall because you need an expansion gap. So we usually leave about,
your skirting, the skirting we're using here is 15 mil, so you have to be within that 15 mil. We usually go flush with the plasterboard because we lift the plasterboard so it don't touch the floor. So that leaves you with 12 mil and the skirting will 100% cover it. But now on this side, it's too long. But when you cut these, you leave it as it will go into position. Show them to Ronnie. And then you flip it over and you mark it on this side, on the plasterboard there, and you mark it on this side and we'll cut it off there. And this piece you don't throw away. This piece will be used as the start on that end. Right, so this offcut will clip in there like that, but as you can see now, it will finish there, and then you don't have any wastage, you don't waste any material, and it also helps to stagger the boards when you get to that side. Now, you don't have to worry about this lines being on the same line here, the cuts being on the same line, the joints, because the next one is going to be a different size than this, which helps to stagger it. I just want to show you guys the technique we use to install these boards. You see this dust here? That's no good because these gaps are really tight. You don't want any dust or any debris in there. So we'll clean that off. First thing you want to do is you want to put this end in, clip it in, and leave a small gap on this side. There's something in there. Oh yeah, you see there's another bit there. If you have anything in there, even as small as that, this is quite big actually, then the boards won't join up perfectly. So you need to make sure it's really clean. Okay, we're gonna get this end in. Leave a tiny gap there, just the size of that lip. And then you put that side in. And then you pull this side in like that, boom. And that's it. You have to make sure this end stays in because sometimes it pops. Then you have to redo it. But usually it stays in. And that's it. That's how you do it. Now, the next bit, the last bit, is going to be a cut. You'll have a cut here, which is obviously bigger, smaller than the board. So you need to measure from this plasterboard to this edge here, not that edge there, this one here. You have 15 millimeter here to play with, so the skirting will cover the board. But you need to get that distance, rip the boards down, and then you can fit them. I have a special tool as well with a hook that hooks this and pops it in. It makes your life a lot easier. If you don't have that tool, it can be problematic. You can get a chisel in there and push the board in. You can do that as well, but I have the tool for that. I'll show you that in a second. So this board here is going in this way, but you want to cut off, obviously, that side of the board. This side needs to go into this position here. So what you do is, you flip the board around, and then you hold it in position, there by the plasterboard, and you mark it on this side. Giovanni is going to mark it there on that side, but he's basically marking it over here. And then we'll cut that off, spin the board round, and it will fit. Just like that. My G.
My G.
Okay, so we've got this down now. Now you just need to check if it fits. Why don't you grab that side, I'll do this side. Tied in there. Oh yes. Nice. Yeah, move it into position. Clip it in.
Do you want to pass me that tool there?
You see how this tool works is it has a hook and a pad here so you don't damage the floor. You can put it in there and use a hammer, tap it here to pop that in. Nice tool to have. Also, on this side, it's got a flat end where you can put it in like that and push it in. But you have to be careful you don't damage the plasterboard there where you push against it. That's why we prefer to use this way.
So now on the next one,
You need to get it into that there. So what you can do is, you can stick this in, just like the other one. Drop it down as close as possible to that one over there. Let me get that side to one so we can see. Yeah. As close as possible to this one. Yeah. See, minimal gap there. And then you can use your handy dandy tool. That I'm doing it one-handed here. Whoop. Usually I would hold my other hand on there. And that's it. It's in.